Welcome back to Talking Points. President Biden is nominating 51-year-old D.C. Circuit Court of Appeals Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson to the Supreme Court. If confirmed, Jackson would fill the seat that will be vacated by Justice Stephen Breyer when he retires. Jackson would be the first ever woman of color on the court. And Talking Points legal analyst Spencer Kweskin is here to discuss the nomination and the future of the court. So, Spencer, what do we know about Judge Brown Jackson?
Yeah, so as you can see on your screen right now, Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson is very, very qualified. Jackson is originally from Miami, and she was a National Catholic Forensic League speech and debate champion for oratory while she was in high school. Later on, she graduated from Harvard magna cum laude with an AB in government, and she also went to Harvard Law School, where she was supervising editor of the Harvard Law Review, and she graduated cum laude. After Harvard, Jackson clerked for the District Court of Massachusetts, the U.S. First Circuit Court of Appeals, and the Supreme Court under Justice Breyer for 4 years, who she would replace if she would be confirmed by the Senate. She was a district judge on the D.C. Circuit for 7 years, and she was a circuit judge on the D.C. Circuit for a year. Now, it's really interesting to note here that Ketanji Brown Jackson has criminal defense attorney experience, and the court hasn't had that on the court since Justice Thurgood Marshall retired back in 1991. Ketanji Brown Jackson was very, very grateful for the nomination, especially in context of Russia's invasion of Ukraine, and had this to say during her nomination.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. I am truly humbled by the extraordinary honor of this nomination, and I am especially grateful for the care that you have taken in discharging your constitutional duty in service of our democracy with all that is going on in the world today.
So, Spencer, we know that with this replacement and Jackson and Breyer are on the left wing of the court, but talk to us about how Jackson's opinions differ a little bit from Justice Breyer's.
Yeah, so it's really interesting because Justice Jackson and Justice Breyer are both very ideologically similar on the court. They've both ruled in a very liberal manner, which is what sort of Democrats are looking for in a Supreme Court nomination to replace Breyer. Now, because Jackson is replacing a more liberal justice on the court, she wouldn't be shaking up the balance of the court all too much. So we would still have the court being 6-3, with 6 conservatives. That would be Roberts, Alito, Thomas, Gorsuch, Kavanaugh, and Barrett, in comparison to 3 liberals. That would be Sotomayor, Kagan, and potentially Jackson if she's confirmed.
And I wanted to correct myself quickly there. I said Justice Jackson and I meant Judge Jackson.
Yes, Judge Jackson.
So what does the timeline of Judge Jackson's confirmation look like?
So Democrats essentially have until the midterms, because in the midterms they have the possibility of potentially losing the Senate. So and if they lose the Senate, then it's up in the air whether or not they'll get the nomination on the bench. It's very important to note that the House of Representatives in this process doesn't serve a role in either nomination or the confirmation of the Supreme Court justice. So for the timeline of what we're looking for going ahead, Jackson would be under a Senate Judiciary Committee hearing, and then after the hearing and after she made it through that process, she would be brought to the Senate for a full vote. Now, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer has said that he wants this to be a timely and expeditious process for getting Jackson on the bench. And so if she goes through to the Senate, there would be 50 senators who needed to confirm Jackson on the bench, and then with Vice President Harris, she would be confirmed.
And Spencer, quickly here, how are Republicans reacting to this nomination?
Yeah, so Republicans are pretty mixed on this nomination. Lindsey Graham, who voted for Justice Jackson when she was nominated to the D.C. Circuit, has said that her nomination may, quote, the radical left has won over President Biden yet again, whereas Susan Collins said that Ketanji Brown Jackson is an experienced federal justice.
And I hate to interrupt, Spencer, but thank you so much. We're out of